ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Alistair Rock.
Thank you, Kevin, for your kind introduction, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I am grateful to the President and members of the Committee of Management of the Torquay sub-branch of the RSL for this opportunity to talk to you on a subject near and dear to my heart, and judging by the numbers I see in front of me, dear to your heart as well. 90 years ago, yesterday, 24th of April 1918, Australian forces fought one of the more decisive battles of World War I, when the Australian Corps stopped the German advance to Paris at the village of Villers-Bretonneux. That action turned the tide of war on the Somme battlefield and proclaimed to the world at large that Australia would be a force to be reckoned with in future modern warfare. But it wasn't always so. 3 years before that, at around this very time, in a place very far from here, the darkness lifted to reveal to troops of the AIF that the first part of their invasion of Turkey had gone horribly wrong. They were on the wrong beach. Instead of an unopposed landing, they were met by small arms fire before they even stepped from the boats, and straight away started to take casualties. In the course of a day, small groups of men made forays inland over inhospitable terrain that favoured the defenders. And by the end of the day, they had to fall back to consolidate their line around Anzac Cove. That was to be the beginning of what today's historians would describe as one of the great military debacles of our time. And over the ensuing 9 months of close-quarter battle, mixed with adverse weather conditions of heat and cold and their accompanying diseases, the cream of Australia's youth would die, and the remnants would be evacuated from the battlefield in a withdrawal that appears to have been the sole redeeming factor of the campaign. By the end of 9 months, just over 8,000 Australians and almost 3,000 New Zealand casualties would stand as mute testimony to a new century and a new type of warfare, with no guarantee that to be of Western European stock meant that you were going to be the winner. And yet, writers and historians of the time, such as Charles Bean, found much to be admired in the demeanour of these young soldiers, and their writings from the battlefield did much to foster the legend of Anzac, which was to become the mother's milk of a then young nation, only 14 years old, and a pattern on which Australia's fighting men and women of future generations could build their own reputations and foster the spirit of Anzac. Many have been the attempts to define this spirit, this set of values and beliefs that the Anzacs passed down to us. The one that seems most apt to me was made by Major General Peter Phillips, a previous national president of the RSL. He described it as courage, determination, self-belief, humour in adversity, ingenuity, respect for results and not rank, and all glued together by the bond of mateship. On a more